If you haven't watched the previous episodes of Buried Hearts, you can find the links in the description. Now, let's dive into episode 8. The episode begins with Jun-sun at home, lost in deep thought. He remembers the moment when Dongju had pointed a gun at himself, and Jun-sun had pleaded, saying, "I swear I'm telling the truth. I don't have any of your money. If you want, I'll even kneel before you." Later, Koo visits Jun-sun and advises him to return home, offering to prepare a bed if he chooses to stay. But Jun-sun insists that they need to make some cookies. He reminds Koo of the time when Dongju ate cookies and what happened afterward. At the same time, someone else recalls a moment in the hospital, remembering seeing Dongju there along with Yeonnam. Dongju had unknowingly eaten cookies at home, which led to a severe reaction, causing him to collapse. The scene shifts to Ben's kitchen, where someone is seen mixing an unknown substance into the food ingredients that Yeonnam was supposed to take home later that day. In the next scene, Jun-sun is seen talking to Ildu, revealing his plan. He explains how he intends to kill Dongju and warns Ildu that if he fails, the office will eventually find out that an attempt was made on Dongju's life. Ildu assures him not to worry, promising to handle things properly. As the scene shifts, everyone is preparing food, and Ildu is watching the cookies closely. Suddenly, Dongju eats one of the cookies and collapses unconscious. Panic ensues as everyone rushes to him. Yeonnam desperately tries to wake him up, administering CPR. Chul, who is nearby, watches as Yeonnam struggles to save Dongju. Dongju is quickly taken to the hospital in an ambulance. While waiting, Ben calls Chul to ask how the food tasted. Chul explains what happened, that Dongju had eaten a cookie containing cinnamon, which triggered a severe reaction, and now he was being taken to the hospital. Ben rushes out of the house, where she finds Jun-sun and Piho. She frantically asks if Dongju will be okay, worried about how this happened since she never prepared such cookies before. Jun-sun reassures her that they are on their way to check on Dongju and tells her not to worry. Meanwhile, Jun-sun receives a message from Ildu, who is also at the hospital. Ildu expresses doubt that Dongju will survive. As Jun-sun processes this, memories from the past flood back, memories of someone named Dongju and his connection to the events unfolding. Jun-sun finally sees Dongju for the first time and questions Ildu about what happened. Dongju hands Jun-sun a letter from the chairman, in which the chairman has expressed how special Dongju is to him. Jun-sun hesitates, but eventually reads it. At the hospital, Dongju's family is anxiously waiting. Medical staff attempt to revive him with electric shocks, but he isn't responding. In another room, the chairman, seemingly unaware of the gravity of the situation, casually asks for tea. But Do-soo reminds him, "We're in a hospital. Do you not remember?" The chairman remains silent, while Do watches closely, taking note of the chairman's state of mind. Do-soo then advises the chairman to go home and rest, warning him that staying at the hospital for too long will make him sick. However, the chairman insists that he won't leave Dongju's side, as his health is of utmost importance. After Do-soo leaves, Ildu approaches Jun-sun and expresses concern, revealing that the chairman is showing signs of dementia. Ildu questions why he wasn't informed earlier, and Do-soo admits that the chairman had forbidden him from telling anyone. Even Do-soo's wife doesn't know. Ildu acknowledges this, but insists that he should be kept informed, as it concerns the future of their business group. Meanwhile, Jun-sun arrives at the hospital, where he finds Yeonnam watching over Dongju. Lean is performing CPR, desperately trying to bring him back. Eventually, Dongju regains consciousness, shocking everyone. Lean instructs everyone not to disturb him, as he needs rest to recover. Jun-sun then reflects on how the cookies had come from his house and feels responsible for what happened to Dongju. He expresses his sorrow and asks if Karo is alright. Yeonnam reassures him that she is, but that she too needs rest. The chairman, still worried about Dongju's condition, asks about his memory, but Lean tells him it's too early to say anything. Soon, another character, Jingyi, arrives, frantically asking where Dongju is. Yeonnam takes her inside, and at that moment, Wonbai also arrives and watches over Dongju. He gently tells him to wake up before shifting his gaze toward Yeonnam. Wonbai then approaches Yeonnam and asks if her name is Yeonnam. She nods, and he hands her something, explaining that Dongju gave it to him to deliver to her. He tells her to watch a video in it whenever she feels alone. Later, Yeonnam returns home with Junsun and begins watching a video of Dongju playing the violin. In the video, Dongju says, "I learned this for you, but I haven't mastered it yet. I'm still trying." He also mentions that he has repaired a bracelet. Yeonnam is reminded of a day when she and Dongju were running together. She had told him she was thirsty, and he had noticed a mark on her hand. He suggested getting a tattoo there instead. She had asked why, and Dongju had simply said, "Because I want to." Later, at a tattoo parlor, Yeonnam is unable to go through with it because of the pain. To encourage her, Dongju decides to get a tattoo first. That night, the two lie together and Dongju asks, "Did it hurt?" Yeonnam replies, "No, not really." Then she asks, "What about you?" Dongju smiles and admits, "I was hurting, but I won't do it again." Yeonnam smiles at his response. In another scene, Gookie is confronted by reporters about a financial scandal. They ask if she will admit to fraud in the Yes Chemical case, but she remains silent, gets into her car, and drives away. This moment is watched by the chairman and Lildu on TV. Shortly after, Junsun calls Lildu, but before he can speak, the chairman picks up and accuses him of harming his daughter. "Do you even know what she has gone through?" he asks angrily. But Junsun firmly denies any involvement. The episode builds up to a shocking climax as Yeonnam discovers security footage proving Junsun's involvement in Dongju's sister's death. Meanwhile, Lildu is seen preparing an injection for a sinister plan, setting up major conflicts for the next episode. And that brings us to the end of episode 8. Stay tuned for episode 9, which will be released this Saturday. Until then, take care.